The following podcast may contain spoilers.
Hello and welcome to They Made Me Watch It, a weekly podcast where we dissect a show that one of us has never watched. This is season 2, and following the MCU theme, we are reviewing The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I'm Yari, and I'm joined by Max.
Hello.
And Adrian.
Hi.
If you want to reach out to us, we do have an email address, which is theymademewatch@gmail.com, or you can find us on Twitter at theymademewatch. We also have a Patreon, so if you like the show and you want to support us, you can head to patreon.com/theymademewatchit, and you can also support the show for free by sharing it with your friends and leaving us a review on Apple Podcast. Hello guys, welcome back for the 5th episode.
Thank you very much. It's good to be here. Episode 5, only one to go, so it's gone quite quickly actually. It feels like we only started watching about, I was going to say a couple of weeks ago,
5
but
weeks
that'll
ago.
be literally, that's literally when we did start. So,
What do you think of the episode? I liked it, but whilst I was watching it, I was like, I mean, this is getting a bit predictable. But then I was like, at this point, if we weren't able to predict it, then I guess it would be a bit dumb because obviously it's starting to wrap up, so we should know, where things are going. But yeah. But I liked it.
I found that it was so last week I remember saying that it felt like it was like not much happened, but it was as if it was like just 2 scenes. This one was a bit weird. There was loads of little bits that I was wondering why on earth they put it in there for. Like there was I know the bit with his family, Adrian's favourite parts, like his sister.
Not this week, guys. Oh my goodness.
The boat. Well, yeah, I get that. Like the boat, the fixing the boat, or also his training, like the Rocky montage when he's training.
There was too many montages.
Stop with the slow motion. It's just it's just dragging out the
Cringe.
episode.
Yeah, I was cringing. I thought this is terrible. And the music that was being played during the montage where they're fixing up the boat, it was just so
It's like
so
a buddy
pathetic.
film.
Yeah, it really was. And this is exactly where I thought, oh my God, I remember asking for show me some of the world, but not this. This is just terrible.
It felt like it should have been. It felt like it should have been like a Owen Wilson and Vince Vaughn doing it. Just like a bit of like some buddy comedy. I mean, okay, I get that. I don't know if the boat's a big part of this. I literally have no idea right now.
And also, when at the end she's like, "Oh no, we can't sell this," I was like, "Oh come on, of course she doesn't want to sell it now."
Well, the only thing I can think the whole reason they've brought her into it a lot more, like the sister and all this, is she's going to get held hostage. She's going to die or something.
Yeah,
because why would they go for all this? Only for her to say, "No, I don't want to sell it anymore."
Well, maybe they're setting her up with Bucky. That's
also what I thought as well.
That was odd. That was a bit odd as well. It was just a bit. If we cut all of them out, it was a good episode. A lot of things happened.
It was very juicy, but also it was an hour long. It was a bit longer than the other ones.
I'm going to say I didn't like this episode. It started all right. Right, there was the nice fight. We were left on that cliffhanger where John had just killed Joaquin. Was that the guy?
No, he didn't kill Joaquin. No.
Okay, so John had just killed somebody.
Battlestar.
He killed one of the flag.
The flag snatchers after
snatchers.
The flag snatchers.
So that happened. So we're left on a cliffhanger from the last episode, and then we see Caps. He has run. Guys, I don't know if you noticed. He'd run to an abandoned warehouse. So where were they in Latvia still? I can't work out if they're still in Latvia. But in the middle of Latvian city centre, there's an abandoned warehouse, and he runs there.
Yeah.
And thank God we see this fight happen, which we've been waiting. I don't know how long we've been waiting for. 5 episodes to see them beat up Captain America.
Well, I actually didn't think about the abandoned warehouse. I mean, surprisingly, I didn't think it didn't clock with me. But this whole episode, everything was just linking back to previous films, like as in the MCU, like abandoned warehouse, Hulk. And obviously, when he was running, I was just thinking of Captain America running past Sam and all this kind of thing. And then that fight scene was basically the same as Civil War. at the end, except it wasn't. Well, I mean, if you think about it, obviously Iron Man, when he was fighting Cap and Bucky in that time, he was angry about a death of a loved one. This one was similar. Obviously, it was Sam and Bucky.
Death of a friend.
Fighting when he's angry about a death of a friend. So it was a bit weird. There was quite a lot of links to previous films.
You see, that's the problem.
Also, that's the thing that I found a bit weird when they were talking, and Falcon asked Walker for the shield.
Yeah,
Like if their objective is to take the shield, not to take him in, they're just like, oh, you have to give me the shield. Like if it's just like super weapon and it's gonna kill them with it. It's the problem is him. I don't know why they made it all about the shield in that fight. But.
Yeah. Well, you expect it from Bucky a bit more. Like that's what his motive was really. I want that shield back. That's not yours. Sam is the one who's usually a bit more like logical, and he's actually being like, let's bring you in. You can't be doing that.
Was also trying to talk with him because he Falcon was a grief counselor for veterans.
Yeah, so he's got some experience. Good experience on his CV. It looks good. So
he did it with Bucky at the end.
He should have shown his CV. Look,
I can help you.
I think that was also probably at the turning point. So he realized that I probably should be Captain America. Give me the shield. Your time's up. And I think that was the beginning of his transitioning into Captain America. But yeah, so that was the only good part of this week's episode for me.
So a fight scene was the best part. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
wow.
Yeah. I've been waiting for it.
Look how far we've come.
I've been waiting for it. Well, because it was
a good fight scene.
Robots fighting invisible aliens versus holograms and versus Spider-Man. This was a bit proper, proper fight.
Yeah, so going back to what I said about similar to the Civil War fight, even when they were doing I think Sam was tethering onto the shield or whatever. When it was similar to when Spider-Man and him are going at it at the airport as well. So it's literally all of Civil War just packed into one little scene.
But also when they took the shield from Walker and they broke his arm, that kind of looked like when they were trying to take the gauntlet out of Thanos.
Yeah, it's again there you go. Yeah.
It is.
Just trying to pull it off. Well. Trying to pull it off, literally.
This is the problem, guys. They've gone over the same stuff, and now they're
didn't
stuck.
You write this episode?
I was going to say, when you say they, do you mean you?
I was kicked out of the writer's room after week 4. I heard what they were going to do for 5 and 6, and I was protesting, and they kicked me out. So I've got nothing else to help, unfortunately, from there.
And what about Torres?
Torres.
Yeah, you've been waiting for this moment, Adrian.
Oh my god! And he had
back.
A line.
Yeah,
and Sam said you can keep the wings, so that will probably set him up as a new Falcon.
Yeah. I reckon it's not really going to. I think they're just doing that just for just for people to think they are. It's just there. They're not going to do anything more with that.
Yeah,
that'll be on the back burner for a while.
But I couldn't believe it. I thought, wow, he was in episode 1. He had a couple of scenes. Now he's back. Episode 5. Yeah.
Couple of emails.
Oh, and that's it. Now he's back. Couple of faxes.
Can you imagine those other scripts he got sent every week? He just gets on just one page. It's just got one line.
Oh, actually, you're not even in this one. You're just on a phone call, so we can record that in the booth today, and you can go home.
Yeah, you can work from home today.
So he's back,
and then I'll do it.
And then John gets fired. Which is good.
Yeah.
Finally, huh? He's getting booed. And then we have a great cameo from Val.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, from
Julia
Val.
Louis Dreyfus. Yeah, I don't know what her name is. I can't pronounce it. And I haven't looked at it for a little while. Yes.
Playing Contessa, which it's quite a big cameo potentially. Whether they're going to do anything. I mean, they made it sound like they could be, but so in the comics, she's either... Go on. You sound like
I heard that she... sorry. I heard that she's in the Black Widow movie as well. I don't know if that's true, but I heard she might be.
Okay. Oh, well, we might find out more then. But in the comics, she's known... Or the character is a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent, mostly.
Yeah.
But does end up being Madam Hydra as well, which is obviously I think the clue's in the name.
Interesting.
But that's only a small. That wasn't a. If she was more of the Shield agent, it was like a really late position when she turned to Madam Hydra, I believe. So
yeah.
She might be the power broker.
Oh, it could be.
Well,
look,
guys.
Go on, Adrian might know something.
I think it's.
Sharon still.
Yes, because she's on the phone to that Bartrock.
Bartrock, yeah.
Yeah, and then he turns up and help.
Well, another thing. What I was going to say is with the Contessa. Do you know when she's like saying you're very valuable to like certain people? Mm-hmm. I reckon she's talking about a Thunderbolt Ross. Then I think she is, and the thing is because. Sorry, we're going. This is a lot of the episode I'm going to talk about now. So, so the US agent actually is part of the Thunderbolts in the comics as well, which was formed by Thunderbolt Ross, which obviously by name. Yeah, and also part of that, who's also going to the raft in this episode,
and that's Zemo. Their base.
Yeah, so Zemo and Captain America, John. Yeah. So John Walker. They're both going to be at the raft. So
the raft is what? Sorry.
So the raft is like it's a prison. Was it Civil War? You see it in Civil War again
in the ocean,
the middle of the ocean.
Ah, yes. Okay. Yeah.
So I mean,
also I didn't get why the Wakanda's taking Zemo there because like they made so much, like a big mess because they wanted him. Yeah, and now they're giving it to the US government.
Exactly. It sounds so weird. It's so weird. Yeah, that they've done that.
So
I reckon this whole John Walker and Zemo. I think they're not going to be very big players in the rest of this series now much at all because I think they're just being set up for Thunderbolts like in a few years' time.
Something else.
And like, the real villain is the power broker when we find out it's someone we already know. Sharon. There we go.
It must be. It must be. But I couldn't believe that it took like 20 minutes to finally see Zemo anyway. What happened in this episode? What were they doing for 20 minutes? What a waste. And I feel like he was a good role. Like he leveled the other two out a bit. Or made it a bit more interesting. And so when he was only in it for a flash this week.
We're not allowed to say Flash on this podcast.
On this one. So that's
DC.
We say that the DC podcast.
Yeah, we're not allowed to say
Are we doing
that
next? Yeah.
Yeah, can you bleep that out, please, Gary, when you... Thank you. Yeah.
So we finally see Zemo quickly in and out, and then he's gone. Then the rest of the episodes it's a bit boring for me.
Oh yeah, then the montages come.
Sam goes back to Isaiah. He was about to with the shield, and then Isaiah goes through his story and what happened to him. Sam gets pep talk basically, and basically is like man up, and he basically said he's convinced more and more to be Captain America. It already started from the beginning of the episode, but more and more throughout.
He's convincing himself to do it. I just wanted to ask, what was the purpose of Bucky pretending to shoot Zemo, and then he had the bullets in his hand?
I think that's his change of character. That's showing, there was the point where whether the Winter Soldier is still part of him. Yeah. I feel like that was like his, like one of the final... I remember
like
Zemo...
Not person anymore.
Yeah. So I think like that was his change, and then he's giving him up to the Wakandans.
Okay.
End of.
So that was just
he's now a White Wolf only,
I see. And then I think there was a little clue in the next bit where he said to them, I may have another favor to ask. So that's going to come back at the next episode.
Well, I think that's the suitcase. The
that was that thing. Yeah. Okay.
It's just full of money. That's all it is.
It's basically his new vibranium suit, basically.
Yeah, I see. Okay, cool. There you go then. That's done.
But we should be seeing that next episode, the contents. So.
Yeah, I'm pretty curious about that. But then, we see Sharon talking with Batroc, and basically she organizes his release from prison and sets him up with with Karli.
Well, you make it sound like on a date. She sets him up with...
It could have been there in the park.
He might have brought like sandwiches. I don't know.
Underneath that row of grenades and stuff. Yeah, it could have been some picnic lunch. But what? Okay, because I don't remember Bart Rock. What's Bart Rock's story?
He was in the Winter Soldier, the opening fight they had on the boat. I don't know if you remember.
No, I don't.
I had to rewatch it because I didn't remember. I had to rewatch it as well.
Yeah. He's a mercenary, basically, though. I mean, the whole thing about obviously she's hired him. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's just to infiltrate from inside. That's what I feel like it's meant to be. Because I'm just wondering, is Sharon going to be evil? I mean, is she going to be?
I don't think they're going to make it this obvious. I think she's just, she just became a little bit of a mercenary, but I don't think she is the power broker. But I don't think they make it.
I agree. I think it would have to happen at the very end of the next episode. Say, oh my gosh, it's that person.
I wouldn't be surprised if she works for the power broker, like in some capacity. But,
it's Sarah. Ever wondered why she didn't want to sell the boat? Because she's got enough money now. Yeah. They're being funded. Oh my gosh.
There's loads of turns here. I mean, every episode, I'm pretty sure we think of someone different. So, I mean...
Well, I liked what we said last episode. It's Bucky being the Winter Soldier.
Split personality.
He could still be.
Well, exactly. It's not the end yet.
Then we get a montage of the boat fixing. Sam started to cash in favors from friends. Why they didn't do that before, I don't know. Okay.
Yeah.
Then we see
with Bucky tightening it with the. Sorry, I was going to go with the Bucky tightening the wrench with a wrench or whatever, and he's like, "Why didn't you use your hand?" I'm right-handed.
I didn't think of that, and I'm right-handed.
And then we also see Walker talking with Lemar's parents and telling him,
and he lies to them. What a bad guy, huh? He's really becoming the bad guy.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, you could blame the serum because that amplifies everything, but
I'm just going to blame him.
Makes a bad badder. It makes a good great, a bad whatever it is. The other one.
Yeah. Fill that in yourself, guys.
Yeah, bad doesn't sound great, does it? It makes the bad badder.
You know what I think, though? That you said that we're not going to see much of Walker anymore. I think that conversation with Lemar's parents that is going to push him to kill Karli because he wants to
actually get the person
to make it look like he was telling the truth.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. So I think that we'll see him trying to kill her.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I just hope something interesting happens in next episode, really, because
it must. This has to be worth it. Then they finally do the training with the shield that was in the trailer from like 2 years ago. Be waiting for that.
Was it?
Yeah. And they have a little conversation, and Bucky. It's basically confirmed that Bucky knew the Captain America was going to stay in the past because in Avengers Endgame, he when they say bye, Bucky, Captain America, you see the Bucky is really sad. You can tell that he knows he's not coming back, but that was never confirmed. And he confirmed it here because he was like, when Cap told me what he wanted to do, give the shield to you, la la la.
I see.
And then basically Bucky kind of understands why Sam didn't want to be Cap. And he was like, okay, I get it now.
It's taken 5 episodes, but
yeah. Well, I mean, it never told him. He always made a guess.
He still doesn't know why he gave up the shield, who he gave the shield to. He still doesn't know.
No.
I was giving it to the museum, I promise.
They basically became friends, finally, like full-on friends.
Mm-hmm.
And also Sam kind of pushes him to kind of go back to the old Asian man and tell him about his son. I mean, not directly, but it's like, who's in the book that you can help.
Yeah, it's heavily hinted that because it's for to give them closure rather than yourself. Like tell him that you killed his son. I don't know how he's gonna. It's gonna be
Fun one.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if I don't know if this is too far, but I mean, if he goes to tell him, but he finds out he's already died. That's what I feel like is going to happen, and he's too late. That's going to be like a...
but that's going to break him even more.
I know, that's the thing. I don't know if they do that. I'm not sure.
No, poor Bucky. Give him a break, man.
That's right. He was supposed to go on a date on that first episode. What happened to that?
Wait, no, he went on the date.
Well, that was the date.
And then he left.
Right.
And then he left.
He turned up and then left.
Yeah. Well, I mean, remember she was like, "Oh, I'll finish at 8 or whatever it was," or like, and he got 11. It was really late. I remember.
Yeah.
And he got there, and she must have said, "Oh, we'll just stay here." And I was like, "Oh, okay."
Oh, not a date.
Free drinks.
Boring.
Yeah, free drinks. What food have you got though? Nuts. Oh, I haven't eaten yet. You know.
And then we see that basically there's a lot of flag smashers that were basically quote unquote activated, and so they're planning something in New York City, basically taking on the GRC or something.
Yeah, and who were also having a picnic as well. They were having a picnic separately.
They were, right around each other.
Like, coincidentally.
And then, so the final scene is what? When they're inside that GRC meeting and they hold everyone hostage, it looks like.
Basically, yeah. So next, I mean, okay, no, the other vials were destroyed, so we only have 8 super soldiers. I mean, then we only have Bucky and Falcon that is a normal man with a shield now.
What do you think? Do you think they'll get help from any other Avenger?
Well, I think this must have been when Spider-Man, obviously it's in New York, he must have been far from home at the time. So
He was on that trip in Europe.
He must have been, yeah. Yeah. Or he saw it happening and thought it was just an illusion. So by
I think that maybe Walker will maybe end up helping him indirectly whilst he tries to kill Karli.
Yeah. Well, like
because the final
style.
scene is, but the final scene is him making. Well, the not final scene, but the extra scene or whatever it's called. Yeah, post-credit scene is him making another Captain America shield with his medals.
And have you guys noticed the Iron Man reference there? The 3 hammer sound.
Yep.
Thank you very much.
Adrian would have got that. He wouldn't have got that.
I don't know. What was it? The hammer sound.
Hammer. Yeah, the one that was in the first Iron Man, and they also put
in the cave with
Vincent. With Vincent.
Yeah.
That's it.
Wow. Okay.
Also, that shield.
So it's actually a Yinsen reference, not a Iron Man reference.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, get it right, mate. Yeah, come on. Who built that? Who built that first one? Yinsen.
I'll accept that. So yeah, I think that pretty much covers it. I'm curious to see what happens next. I hope they do it,
make it interesting.
Yeah, I mean they did a pretty good job with WandaVision, but so I hope.
But was this shot before or after WandaVision? Because
this was meant to come out first, but then they swapped it.
Yeah.
So I wonder if they had some issues with what they'd finished making and then realised they need to make it better, so then they didn't put it out.
Or maybe after there was like a plot hole that they wanted to fill that we won't realise.
No, but I think it makes more sense because chronologically WandaVision happens like
when she's still properly angry.
Yeah, after Endgame, and this is like a few months, so I don't know why they wanted to do it the other way around.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, fingers crossed, guys. Next week's going to be a cracker because there was not even really like a cliffhanger. At the end of this, I could easily not watch the next episode.
Well, I think the thing is, it's because we know it's the last episode. It's because everyone's still like, okay, so who is the power broker? What's that? Well, that's the thing that makes people still
question,
want.
I'm
not even. I wish there was more to do with the power broker because you don't even hear about him anymore or her. It's just
lurking in the shadows.
Yeah, but I'm not like it's left me not interested because it's not really anything happening around it.
What if they don't reveal the fucking power broker is? They'll be like, we'll find out in the next movie in 5 years.
Well, even the next. I'm sure there'll be a second. I'm sure there'll be a second season on this. But I don't find it this episode and the last episode have been quite a letdown, to be honest. And for me, I like the first 3, but
yeah, I like 2 and 3 more than the first one. Then 4 and 5, maybe half of both were good and was good, and the other half. Like the fourth was like the first half was a bit like and then Cap went crazy.
Was that? Yeah, that was like Okay.
Maybe they'll release the last episode. It will just be the Zemo dancing of the whole time. Just that. That'll be a good episode. And then they'll have a mid-credits and post-credit scene of him dancing as well.
They're in reverse. They'll flip the image so it looks like he's doing it again, but it's actually just a flipped image.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
So it is time for...
So if you are new to the series, this is the part where we ask Adrian, who, as you may or may not know, was a writer for the Marvel films, the MCU. So he's got inside knowledge that... Well, he says, yeah. We have no proof, we have his word. So, Adrian, what have you got for us this week?
Well, guys, it's the final week. We're up to the final week. And as you know, all good things must come to an end, including Bucky. Bucky will die next week. And as I wrote so eloquently, the final scene is the grave, and the Falcon comes up and puts his arm on top of the grave.
Not his wing.
No, his arm, that metal arm, the vibranium arm.
Oh, sorry, Bucky's arm. Okay, with you.
Yeah, so Bucky's arm is then placed on top of the grave, and his coffin also. His headstone, should I say? The headstone. The headstone also has like an arm sticking out of it. And that brings to an end the relationship between the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So
there's not going to be a season 2.
So it'll be the Falcon, season 1.
Yeah.
It'll be the Falcon and Torres.
Yeah.
The Falcon and the new
Falcon.
Yeah. The two Falcons.
That's the surprise. I've ruined it. Should have put a spoiler in before. But
we have it at the beginning of the episode.
Oh, great. Yeah. There we go.
So it's your own fault if you listen this far and are annoyed about us. We told you at the beginning that it might contain spoilers.
And in that fight, actually, to help them during that fight, I'll let you in on one more. Yeah, well, I'll let you in on the secret. It is Black Widow. She comes back to life, and she helps them out in this fight. And when she does, while she's fighting, she accidentally kills Bucky. So it's an accident. And then she's like, oops, I better get out of here. And then she like fades away again, and she does another blip.
Into the darkness. Okay. And she is the power broker then.
No, power broker is Groot, as I've think I mentioned previously.
The power broker.
I am Groot.
Cool, guys. Thanks, Adrian. Very insightful as usual.
Thank you.
Can't wait for that episode.
No, it's going to be a cracker.
Cool. So we'll see what happens next week. Thanks, guys, for being here, and thank you all for listening. You can find more episodes of the podcast on all the streaming platforms and also on DamianWatcher.com, and you can find our social media links in the show notes. Please share the episode with your friends, and stay tuned for our next episode next week, which will be the last episode of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Thank you, and bye, guys.
See you.
Goodbye.